What is up, Bucs fans? Welcome back to Real Bucs Talk. In today's video, we're going to talk about the new addition by the Buccaneers. It's one of several, and that is A'Shawn Robinson, the defensive tackle for the Buccaneers. He is coming in, and they talked about adding size. A'Shawn Robinson is a big boy. He has plenty of size to his game, 6'3", 320 pounds. Signed with the Panthers back in 24 and has put up really good numbers for them as far as a defensive tackle, getting over 60 tackles in a season, and his ability to be, I think, a very decent, good run defender, pass rush. We're going to go through first here with him, but I think he's just raising the floor, right? You lost Logan Hall to free agency. You bring this guy in. Some could say a little overpay. He gets, um, 1 year for 10 million guaranteed, but at the same time, you have to look at the production that he's been able to put out for Carolina, and then bringing that, and he raises the floor over a Greg Gaines and a Logan Hall that you're not bringing back to your team. Plus, there's other suitors for his services. So that's where the inflation of costs goes up. But let's get into the film. Let's talk about his pass rush ability first, and then we'll get into the run defense and talk about his strengths and weaknesses. But here he is, number 94. There's just going to be confusion here by the Seattle's offensive line. You can see they have basically overloading this left side of the line. All these guys are going to be going in. Left guard here, he's going to slide this way. You have the left tackle sliding out, running back picking up the extra blitzer. And what does that do? That creates open path for A'Shawn Robinson, who comes in and again gets nice physical hit, good QB hit on Sam Darnold there, and forces the throw. And even though it was completed, JSN, still you like to see the extra knock on Sam Darnold. Those are things to like. And this is where it gets fun, especially in his pass rush ability. Again, he's a big body, 6'3", 320 pounds plus, but he's also got long arms, 34-inch arm length. And that's what helps him to create disruption, but also create pushback against the offensive lineman. You see that long arm there, being able to push this offensive lineman back into the quarterback. And you can see how he drives him back and actually draws a holding here on the offensive lineman as he just misses the quarterback. So not the most athletic, he's not very fast, not real agile as far as change of direction and moving, up and down, east to west. But what he can do is he is pretty good as far as pushing, condensing the pocket, and creating opportunities for others. And you can see, like, even here, just pushing his guy back, and then he's going to spin move, and he actually does a good job of getting a hit on the quarterback as he delivers. Ends up getting a flag, unfortunately, as they call this, roughing the passer with the helmet to helmet hit. But I just like how he continues to work here, again, trying to get extension through, not working, spins around, and then finds his way to the quarterback and lands a blow. So those are things to like, especially for the Buccaneers as they're trying to get more nasty up front, more physicality, more tougher demeanor. I think all those play into a factor, and I think he'll have a definite impact in terms of the locker room and just the mentality that he brings. And you can see him here. Again, not super explosive pass rusher, nothing crazy, but he's able to condense the pocket and create opportunities for others. And you can see right there, just pushing his guy back into the quarterback, forces a inaccurate throw. Those are things you like to see. This is where I find it very interesting, and I would love to see them utilize him either running these types of stunts where he's coming around one of the defensive linemen, especially like a Vita Vea or even a Kalijah Cansey, and his ability. You can see like the double team goes to the right person, and Derek Brown, he comes around the loop and gets by the Bucs offensive line. Baker just does a great job of showing his agility to step up and then take off. So a lot of things there going on with uh, Ashawn Robinson, but you can just see like the overall power that he's able to play with. And even here, where he's able once again just push these guys back into the quarterback's lap, I think is very underrated. And you can see like how he moves the offensive lineman back into the quarterback's area and forces the ball to get thrown out. Same thing here. Just look at the power going up against Chris Lindstrom. And most will say Lindstrom gets the win in this case because he's able to eventually anchor and then take Robinson down. But just look at that. Just that minimal disruption, I think, is huge. Again, making the quarterback throw and putting more pressure, more difficulty on the quarterback is always a good thing. And even though it ends up being incomplete, same thing here, being able to generate power. You see the long arms being able to just continue to use the leg drive and push. And even with this, like you would like to see him get a little bit lower pad level. And that's going to be the main concern for Ashawn Robinson is just his overall consistency in terms of pad level, but he's still able to have effects as far as a pass rusher and in terms of a run defender. We'll get to that here eventually. As we continue on, now we're going to get into the run defense, and this is where I think he does bring a good solid baseline, at least a good level of play where him next to Vita Vea, I think will be a lot of fun to watch and just see how he can operate. And here again, you can see like the high pad level. You can see like how tall he is here, but he does still have very strong limbs where he's able to use that to his advantage, re-anchor, and then get in on the running back and make the tackle. So there is a lot of things where he's able to overcome his inconsistencies and still make plays. Like right here, now lined up in that traditional, 4-eye 5 tech outside the guard here in between the tackle, and just watch how he does it. Boom. Right there. Do a good job of holding this extra lineman up, and then he's able to switch off and then get in on the tackle. And then I love this play here. Once again, stacking your opponent, your assignment, holding your guy in position, and then toss. The guy, he tosses the offensive lineman out. Unfortunately, he can't finish this play because Bijan is just Bijan Robinson. And you can see he tries to lunge at Bijan and make a play, but the play is pretty much dead at that point. And it's a great job by the Panthers defense of making sure this doesn't turn into anything more, but just highlighting Robinson here of how he's able to stack this offensive lineman and then being able to toss him out and then almost has a chance to finish the play, just can't because Bijan is just that good and that quick. But they maintain to a limit. So continue on. Like you can see like how he is trying to make sure he's anchoring properly, getting that pad level down, but at times he will pop up. Like he's getting low here, and then the offensive lineman pop him up and able to move him off his spot. And just watch the magic here by Travis Etienne as he just finds a big hole. And unfortunately, Robinson just got pushed way too far, and the cutback lane gets opened up. The guy who's crashing in misses, and then Trayvon Morig misses behind him with a little juke. And then it's off to the races here for the running back. So huge play created. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like button. Let us know what you think of Ashawn Robinson coming to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and how can he help this Bucs defense. Love to hear from you guys. Be sure to check this out on our Substack if you want the full version of the video. And we'll definitely have this out on YouTube in a condensed version, as well as for our YouTube members. So be on the lookout for that. And with that said, until the next one.